Hey guys, it's TechRan here. In today's video, we'll be upgrading my grandma's PC. If you guys don't know, I'm currently in Ohio, and I was not expecting to make a YouTube video while up here today because it was one of those things where like, yeah, vacation. So, yeah, it's no longer a vacation because we are doing a PC upgrade for her. Because you guys did not know, she has an old gaming PC she's been using for her grandkids, including me, for quite a while now, and the PC is starting to show its age. So yeah, it's like shutting down, freezing, acting super slow. So we're gonna be upgrading here today. So here's the PC in question. It seems to be an old like gaming PC, super unique case design. It's honestly kind of cool in all fairness, but this thing is not the best when it comes to actual specs, especially in 2026. It's run some older specs to say the very least. So for the CPU, we got the Intel i5 4460. So this is a nice 4-core, 4-thread CPU with overall decent clocks, but the big thing of it is actually the memory. Since it's an older platform, it is using some old memory, some DDR3 8 gigabytes, and DDR3 is still good, but 8 gigabytes of older memory is not lasting. Like, this thing is chugging, to say the very least. She says it's been shutting down, freezing, acting super slow, and my grandfather is getting quite mad at it, so I don't blame her whatsoever. And it has an SSD, not an SSD, it has an old hard drive Toshiba. So we're gonna be upgrading all the data from here and putting it on a new PC. It's just unfortunate the new PC doesn't have a GPU, because this PC actually has a GPU. Surprisingly, it has a video GPU because it's a gaming PC, and it has a GTX 750, which is an older GPU, but it was able to get the job done. However, that 2 gigabytes of VRAM it currently has is not enough for what we need in 2026. So the goal with this is to move all the data from that PC, from that 1 terabyte Toshiba, into a new PC. Now, the only issue with it is she did get a new PC a while back off the internet, of course. Her not knowing the most about PCs in the first place was funny, because when our cousin saw the PC finally, he was just like, you should have let me took care of this. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, she might have gone scammed, because she bought a ThinkCentre M80S Gen 3 desktop, which overall the specs on this are not bad. It has a CPU, which is an i5 12500. It is a 6-core, 12-thread CPU, 8 gigabytes of DDR5 memory, and then the storage on this is disappointing. The 256, compare that 1 terabyte, that is a massive downgrade. So that's the first thing we're immediately going to upgrade. And it does have integrated graphics, no GPU. It does have 2 additional 16 byte slots. I think they're by 8 though. So we can't really do too much with that. So the thing with this is it wouldn't be as much of a problem as if you didn't spend as much on this. So keep in mind, you can buy these like used for like $200 to $300, but she bought this in 2024 for like $750. Yeah. Nevertheless, you can get your information off that, how we all respond to that. We didn't say anything about it. We're just like disappointed without having to say it, to say the very least. So we're going to be upgrading the SSD this and giving this a massive upgrade. The good thing is, since we have the 256, we can still use it, or she can resell it later to get her money back, because you know, SSD prices are through the roof right now. So if she wants to sell it, she could, but we're probably using it as an additional drive. So the first thing we're going to need to do is actually get the drive data from the old PC onto the new drive. So the drive we'll be upgrading to will be the Samsung 990 Pro, which is a nice 1 terabyte SSD. Now, unfortunately, this SSD is so expensive compared to like early in the last year. It was like only $100. This SSD is now like $250. We got it for from Micro Center. So it's not the worst in the world. Just like, yeah, I wish we could have gotten 2 terabyte, but the hardware prices are atrocious right now. And how we're gonna move the data is quite straightforward. We're gonna use an SSD enclosure. So what this is gonna do is take a USB-A connection to USB-C, and from this USB-C connection, we're just gonna plug it into the drive enclosure, and that way we can move all of our data onto our new drive. So what we're gonna do is take our 990 Pro and take our drive enclosure. So we're gonna just line up the teeth here. We're gonna just do a tilted angle, 45-degree angle. We're just gonna wiggle that on in. And once we wiggle that on in, we can push this on down, and then we just pull the little lever back here on the back. It's like a little slip I gotta pull. And with that, the drive is in, and now what we can do is close it in the closure. So what we're gonna do is take the closure now. We can just close this on up. And then with that, we're good. And now we're just gonna plug this in. So we're just gonna take our USB-A, plug it into one of the USB-A ports on the PC. So next thing we need is a thumb drive. Now, this PC does not have Wi-Fi whatsoever, so we're gonna need the Macron Reflect software. And so you can download directly on your PC if you're just trying to clone a drive. But for us, since we have this, we're gonna have to do this instead. I'll show you guys how the process of installing the actual software if you're interested. Link to it down below. Once you're on that page, what you're gonna do is click the download button. And once you click download, it's gonna install File Explorer. And from File Explorer, you're gonna open on up. Now, in File Explorer, you can either directly install on the PC where you are planning to clone your drive, like so, and then you can do that, and then you just click the check mark, click next, and do all the stuff, and then once you have that installed, you're perfectly good to go. Now, if you don't have Wi-Fi, you're gonna do a thumb drive and just pretty much install the software on there, and then we're just gonna do our thumb drive and plug it on into our PC. Now, I've already plugged it into the PC and installed it, so we're good. Is look in File Explorer, look for our macro with Reflect software. We're gonna run this like so, and from running it, we're just gonna take a second, and it's gonna open this on up. Now we'll get a few different options. We'll see our main drive right here, which is awesome, and then we'll see our secondary drive if you have it available. So I don't have it available right now, so what we're gonna do is look up on our File Explorer, and for File Explorer, you wanna just look up Disk Manage. And so we should get a few different options, but we're gonna say create disk and format partitions, because on that USB extension, we didn't actually format the disk. So you can see the disk is actually right here, which is awesome. It has no partitions, nothing to it. So if your drive is not initiated, you're gonna have to right click and say initiate drive. Since I've already done that earlier, what we're gonna do is like create a volume. So we're gonna create new volume, and then we're gonna say next, and just skip through this. We can just call it 990, or you can call it new volume, doesn't particularly matter. I'm gonna call it 990 so I don't confuse it with anything else. And then we're gonna click finish. With that, our drive is formatting. It'll just take a second. So that's awesome, the drive works. And from here, we're gonna click this little refresh icon on the top, and then it's gonna find our new drive. So you can see our new drive's here located, which is awesome. So we're gonna click clone this drive. And clone this drive, we're gonna click our main one, which you can see this is our C drive for everything that's on it. We're gonna move it to a new drive, and we're gonna say the 990. So you're just gonna select this, and then from here, we're all good to go. And then we wanna click next. From next, we don't need to do anything with the scheduled part. We're just gonna click finish, and then it should just get started actually cooling the drive. Now, we don't need to save as a backup because we're not doing that. We're gonna make this as a dedicated drive. And from here, we're just gonna click OK. And this might just take a second, just because of the fact that this is moving from a hard drive to an SSD, so this might take a bit. So actually what we're gonna do, while we're waiting for the drive to transfer the data, we're gonna open this on up and get access to our drive bay. So what we're gonna do is open up these two thumb screws in the back. So we're gonna do these all the way. Set them carefully to the side like so. And then what we're gonna do from here is once we have this both on opened, we're gonna pull this little slip here towards us, and then this will just pop on out, and then we can just lift it up like so. So that's how we get the top off, which is awesome. We can just set that to the side. Now we want to get access to this front panel area because our SSD is like right down there, which you can see. So when you get access, and how we open this on up is these little slips. We're gonna just lift them up. So we're gonna lift this one up like so, we're gonna lift this one up like so, and then the other one. And with that, it'll just pop off, which is awesome. Now, the next thing we need to do is get this front open. Now, there's actually a red slip here in the front, which you can see. What we're gonna do is like push this slip up, like lift it, and then this part will come out. So you can see like it kind of has a rail system in place. So it's gonna slip it, pull it on up, and then we can just carefully set it on an angle. So with that, we got access to our SSD area. So with our SSD area, you can actually see this like with this little lip thing. This has one of those easy latch mechanisms to actually uninstall the SSD. So we're just gonna lift this on up and it'll unpop, and then we have our SSD come out, and we just want to wiggle it on out. And that is how we uninstall our old SSD from the ThinkCentre. So we install the new one with our new data once it's finished. But I will set this to the side for the time being. It's actually a Samsung SSD. So I don't know if it has an SSD cache, but if it does, I'd be surprised. So it probably does, just because this is from 2024, so it's probably still really good for a secondary drive. We actually do have another drive mount, but I'm not too sure on how, like, where you clip it to, because there's like nothing for it to lay on. All right, so the SSD is finished cloning, which is awesome. So we got all the main data from this PC, and now what we can do is just click OK here, and then we're gonna grab the SSD enclosure, and then we can just pull it on out. In just a bit, we'll move all the junk here for you so we can set up your new PC. Also, my grandma's here. You wanna say hi, Grandma?
Hi, everyone. Grant just made me have a great computer.
Okay, we're making sure she's taken care of because I love her so much. Okay, so what we need to do now is take out the SSD, so let's get that taken care of. We're gonna pinch this back like so, like we did earlier. Should pop out, perfect. We're gonna take this, line it up at a 45-degree angle. Once it's lined up, we can just wiggle it on in like we did earlier. Once that's lined in, we just gotta move this gear, pull back, push it on down. What we're gonna do is carefully take this pin, the easy latch, and push it back into place where the old SSD was. And just push it down a little bit more so it doesn't go anywhere. And that, when you hear a pop, it'll just pop in place. With that, our SSD is installed. So now what we need to do is take this and put it back in. So there's a little nubs on the side here. We're going to line this on up at an angle with the rail, with the holes in it. And we do on both sides, and same thing. Push it down, line up with that side, push it in, and then we should be able to push this forward so it locks in place. So luckily this part's really easy. We just line this up slow, push it in, just slip into place. Now with that closed, we can just put our thumb screws in and tighten this on down, and then we can see if everything just boots properly. Because what should happen is with our new SSD installed plus all the data transferred, it should just boot up like her old PC with all the key information. Okay, so a new issue. Well, we got the data all transferred over onto the new PC, but this is this flashing thing. And what she told me is this is happening on our old PC as well, but not as often, not as persistent. And this is like atrocious. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to remove everything from the SSD we just installed, wipe it, and just move the essential files she wants, because at this point I'm just like not even sure what this is. You know what I'm saying? So what I did for the timing is replugging the drive back in the PC and rehooked everything up, just kind of test it real quick. And so you can actually see the drive's not in here, and what I did was go into disk manager here, like right click, delete partition, stuff like that. I can't delete the volume here like I did, but I did it for this one, for the one we just created for the new drive, and so I just made it empty. So we're just going to use this as the SSD for the boot drive for the ThinkCentre for the time being. Okay, I finally updated the PC. So what happened is that something's definitely wrong with like the driver or something like that on the old PC. That's why we're having so many issues with it. So I moved every single key file onto that extra 256 gigabyte SSD, so that way she has everything she needs. And I set up the new 1 terabyte in the new PC and fresh installed in Windows on it, which was like kind of jank because the old SSD had the Windows drive. So I just took a thumb drive, put a Windows media tool on it, create it, all good. And so you can now see the setup is all good. Now this isn't the cleanest thing in the world. Don't ask questions at the end of the day. We're just happy to be good. It works. Snappy, that's all that matters. And worst case scenario, they call me in the future and be like, hey Grant, I want to upgrade my PC again. I'll be like, sure. So yeah, it's funny how long this project went from 1 hour to 2 hours to 3 hours, just did not stop. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the like button, hit subscribe. I'll see you for one. Tech Grant out.